Jeff and Jeremy. It's like a radiogasm.
I said, hey, babe, check it out on the podcast.
Apple Podcast, Google Podcast,
And Spotify.
all this is going viral.
Well, you got an extra hour of sleep.
How rested are you? I feel great.
I feel the same. I don't know.
You do?
It doesn't mean anything to me.
I feel more rested. I really do.
We get a
but
little
you know what
earlier
I did
sunlight
last
today.
week? I knew that I was going to get the extra hour. So I made sure on Saturday to do a lot with the kids, okay, and tire them out so I could get the sleep in thing. And on Saturday morning, we had the last soccer game of the season, but it was, Jeremy, an 8:30 start. Too early to be starting soccer, okay? Like we've had the luxury of having 10 a.m. starts last week, or a week before last, I guess, whatever, however you look at it. We had a noon start. Noon start, that's beautiful. Actually, kids were kind of tired.
Well, an 8:30 start with the fallback is really like a 9:30 start.
Yes. So if you're going to get the 8:30 start,
But not really, because everybody has to switch their
if you're
times.
going to get the 8:30 start on any weekend, it was this weekend, but it was Saturday morning, so it technically was not the fallback. But we got the extra hour that evening, so made sure ran the kids all day long on Saturday
So you try to tucker them out so they get to bed?
and sleep.
Yeah.
Continue to sleep through Sunday.
Can you give kids CBD oil?
No.
That's what I give my dog when I want him to sleep through the night.
See, the reason why dogs and kids aren't the same.
Well, you can't give kids some CBD oil.
I'm sure there
Come on,
are
I bet you somebody that does it.
I bet you there are parents that you could do it. I don't think there's anything wrong with CBD oil. I really don't.
Let's think about this for just a second. Let's see. Let's give a kid. What did our grandparents and parents used to put a little brandy on our gums when we were babies to help us sleep when we weren't feeling well? Give us a little bit of brandy in a teaspoon, or give your kid some CBD oil.
You gave me some.
If you went back to the 80s and said, hey, you want to give him some hemp oil or some weed oil or some brandy, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be CBD oil. But now today, that is less frowned upon than giving your kids brandy. I bet you nobody gives their kid brandy anymore. Not unless you're in like West Virginia.
The FDA has approved one CBD product for consumption by children. It's called Epidiolex. It treats seizures associated with certain types of epilepsy
Oh, yeah.
in patients
A lot of research there.
older than one.
Yeah. Epilepsy is something they've really been working with CBDs on. And CBDs have seemed to really help people that have these seizures.
Really? That's good to know.
And I remember talking to a guy who is a cultivar. Is it a cultivar? Cultivar?
How about a cultivator?
A cultivar, which is also a cultivator.
Cultivore sounds like somebody that eats cults.
A cultivar sounds like something from a video game.
David Koresh.
The cultivars. A cultivator. Anyways, and he's done a lot of research. And, fascinating stuff. He was telling me about the marijuana plant that we don't even know, the cannabis plant. There's so much to still be learned from this plant and ways that they can use it in concentrated forms to help. So that's why I'm excited about weed or cannabis. Sorry.
Oh, you want to know when
we talk about the
five
science.
best CBD oils and gummies for kids in 2020?
Bring it, dog. I'm a big gummy fan.
There's so much. The internet is just terrible. The best overall is something called Spruce CBD.
Spruce?
According to
well, it
something
doesn't
on the
taste like
internet.
a
Don't
taste
quote
like a
me
spruce.
on any of that. I don't know if it's safe. Yeah, I guess it is. They say, I don't know. I have a lotion that you gave me, and I put it on my arms in the wintertime because my arms get dry skin and they get itchy. So I'll put it on.
When did I give you lotion?
That has CBD in it.
That was when probably the same guy came in and gave me a bag full of stuff,
It's
and I'm
called
like,
Golden Apple.
"Yeah, Golden Apple Cannabis Company. They're local. That's the guy, Sean Sherman." And he gave me a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I'm not really a lotion guy, but you know who is? My friend Jeff. So I think I smoked the weed he gave me, and I gave you the lotion.
I'm not. It just happens to be around, but I like it. For whatever reason, it gets my skin to not itch.
Oh, well, that's good.
So maybe the CBD has something to do with that. I don't know.
Oh.
I said, give it a try.
My wife bought some of that
Not
stuff.
all lotions work like that. So
yeah, And maybe I should put it on my skin when I get an allergy flare up from my dog, because sometimes
Yes.
I break out in hives.
Try that. Try
Good
it.
idea.
Try
Yeah,
it.
good idea.
You gave me the unscented, which I like. I don't like any scented.
Oh, yeah. Hers is a little smelly, but, it's a girl thing. Whatever. You just have to get past all that. It's not too bad. Let's see. We're giving away tickets to the Atascadero Fall Festival today.
This thing looks incredible.
Now, let me explain. We're not giving away tickets to the actual festival because that's free to go into, all right? 25 bands, they've got rides, but there is a beer tasting or a beer garden.
This is a festival for Atascadero. Like, this is like if Coachella and Atascadero were to get married, this would be their child.
We are giving away tickets to go to the beer garden and do drink beer. It's called Suds at the Sunken Garden, and you'll have a chance to win that coming up here in a little over an hour, about 7:20 this morning. Give you an opportunity to win that. If you want to win ride tickets, because there is a carnival a part of this, you can just text the word ride in to the 805 beer lines at 805-543-3693. Seth is going to be drawing winners throughout the week.
I'm excited for this.
3 days, live music.
The same people that I don't know if Andreas is excited. I thought Andreas was from the Santa Barbara area, and he put on events.
I don't know if this is his. I don't know if this is his or not.
All up and down the Central Coast.
I'm sure we'll be talking to somebody at some point this week about this event.
Yeah,
but we are giving away tickets every morning at 7:20. Okay. Craft beer, wine. Rides, games, food, lots of bands, 25 bands, including.
We're going to be talking to him next week.
Bear Market, Riot, and Soundhouse. We know the guys from Soundhouse. We went to their house, Eric, right? Yeah, we hung out with Eric at his.
Wait, are you missing?
Bar.
Are you missing quite possibly the biggest headliner of the event because you can't say his name?
Oh, the reggae guy.
Pato Bantan.
Oh,
he's a legend.
Okay,
he is a legend.
I've never heard of him, but
Pato
I'm not
Bantan is the checks.
I get all my reggae from Marley. So sorry, I'm down. I like reggae.
Pato is. I think he came over here from the UK, but now he lives in Long
Not
Beach.
Jamaica.
No, he's but maybe he has Jamaican roots. I have no idea. I just know that he came over from the UK. He likes America. He likes living here.
Oh.
Maybe we could get Pato on, talk to us. Pato is legendary.
Maybe I could ask him about Jamaica. My family's going on a family trip there.
There's 25 bands on 2 different stages during the whole course of this 3-day event. This is a huge deal.
Big deal. Big deal. Tascadero going big.
I like
7:20. Win tickets to drink beer on a.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, but the Toy Hall of Fame announcing this year's inductees, and it's something that we give a little bit of time to each and every year.
Did Sand make it in? Remember, we were talking about it when they listed off the nominees, and Sand was one of the toys, and I'm like, I don't know about Sand. That's at the beach, bro.
The Strong National Museum's Plays of Toy Hall of Fame announced their 2021 inductees.
Sand.
Including American Girl dolls, board games, and the ever-popular Sandbox. No, here it is. Take a listen.
This is one of the best days all year long. National Toy Hall of Fame Induction Day is so exciting, building up to the excitement of holiday shopping and gift giving. It's our way of reminding people that there are classics out there, as well as the hot this year toys to keep in mind.
One of the biggest days of the year might be a bit of an oversell. And I have 2 kids, okay? So, I'm in your demo, and I still don't consider it one of the biggest days of the year.
Apparently, there's something called American Girl dolls. They were created in 1986 by Pleasant Rowland. It's an 18-inch American Girl doll.
My wife was big into these when she was a kid, and she tries to relive her childhood through my daughter, who wants nothing to do with them. Outside, and we have spent hundreds of dollars on American Girl stuff, and my daughter's like, "Yeah, that's cool." My daughter's not the one that plays with the dolls too much, she doesn't act like they come with a tea set and a armoire and a canopy bed, and they take up a good swath of the playroom. But I'm convinced that it's mainly for my wife and none of it for my daughter. Because she never, ever, ever plays with them.
Well, think about it. I mean, one day maybe you'll do this with your son, and I don't know what it'll be through sports or whatever, but maybe you'll relive your childhood through one of your kids.
I'm already trying to, man. I got them both like, swinging golf clubs right now. I need to get back out on the golf course, and my only path to getting back out on the golf course is if the kids do it.
Also being inducted this year in the 2021 Toy Hall of Fame, the game Risk.
Should be in there anyways.
Yeah, I've never played the game, so I can't say much about it. It was first published in the United States in 1959.
I know it takes days to play. You might like it because you like a strategy game that takes a long time, like fantasy football. I mean, Risk is like where it's at. I remember.
And you know what's nice about Risk? Your players that you draft, that you spent 3.5 hours drafting in some draft, don't get hurt or get sick and can't play.
I think they might in the game of Risk. I think they might. Stuff like that happens, I think. I remember my next door neighbor once. He comes outside. It was a winter day, and I was working out in the yard. And he comes outside. He's like stretching, and I was like, "Hey, Steve, how's it going?" And he goes, "Oh, pretty good. We're just me and my son are just playing a marathon game of Risk." And he was like, he looked tired, and I was like, "I've never played the game either." And I was like, "The board game?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty grueling." I was like, okay.
And finally, making the 2021 Toy Hall of Fame. Without further ado, let's give it up for...
It better not be sand.
Sand! It may be the most universal and oldest toy in the world. Educator Maria Montasero has argued that sand is only one substance that the modern child is allowed to handle quite freely. Children recognize sand as a creative material suitable for pouring, scooping, serving, raking. What about sandcastles? Yes, sandcastles! We live at the beach, Jeff. Do your kids like to play in the sand?
They love sand. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I understand the importance of sand, but it is not a toy. It is a matter of the earth.
Okay. I can't believe sand. Okay, well, what about dirt?
My kids also like tractors.
I didn't have sand growing
on
up
there?
because you and I grew up landlocked. Well, you were actually pretty close to water in Seattle, but I grew up in the foothills of Mount Rainier. I had Tonka toys. I had Tonka toys, and I dug up dirt.
Yeah.
We had 5 acres of woods.
Yeah.
I played with the trees. I built forts with sticks.
Can I tell you,
if sand goes in, dirt and sticks should go into.
I agree with you because I think dirt and sticks are actually because they're like more malleable and you can do different things with them. Whereas sand is almost too fine and falls apart. Mm-hmm. Like you play in a sandbox and you move stuff around, but it falls back into place. Whereas dirt, you can move it and keep it there.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we'd build a tree fort.
I'm with you on that, Jeremy.
Out of branches. We'd use saws and we'd get my dad or somebody to buy us nails. And then we'd get moss and we'd insulate the cracks. And we didn't even know what we were doing.
Right.
But we were doing it.
But that was cool, yeah. No,
Natural instincts.
I think it's better. Yeah. I think sand is a joke. But you know what? I also think this is like that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron Swanson wins the Dorothy Everton Smythe Woman of the Year award because the chairman or chairwomen of the Dorothy Everton Smythe Woman of the Year award purposefully award it to a man so they can get some publicity. Sand is the Dorothy Everton Smythe Woman of the Year award.
It's just a publicity stunt?
Yes, to get us talking about it because sand does not belong in.
Because who cares about the Toy Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
Actually, the Toy Hall of Fame, though, could be cool. I mean, I don't know, but I never see any cool toys. Maybe all the cool toys I played with because I'm too old are all in there now. Even though sand was created at the beginning of time. And it's just now making it in. So good for you, sand. Whoa!
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Follow us up online. We got the podcast. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on all your big players. Also, KZOZ.com.
Gyms are back. Back again. Gyms are back. Refer a friend. Gyms are back. Gyms are back.
Like a fitness gym?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you hear about...
Well, the gyms have been back for a while over by my house. There's a 24-hour fitness type place, and but you got to wear masks when you're in there. And as you saw last Friday, I think, or Thursday, they said that the mask mandate's going to go through December 4th now in our county. So
Well, that's fine. That's our
I can't
county.
imagine running on a treadmill or exercising
me
or
neither.
picking up weights and having a mask on. But I mean, I know people are doing it.
The sure indicator that the gym is back is so Peloton experienced, like, Peloton got big right before the pandemic. And if you're a conspiracy theorist, then you can say maybe Peloton had something to do with gain of function research. Because the Peloton was huge, then it doubled up because people were like, oh, well, I'm stuck at home, might as well get one of these bikes, Peloton. Well, now, because things are starting to open
Those
back
bikes
up.
are so expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and what they have, like a trainer to sit there and yell at you, bark at you on a video
Yeah,
screen.
it's a Wi-Fi, it's a monitor. I think that's why it's so expensive. You got a 17-inch flat screen sitting there. Have you seen the new one that hangs on the wall and it comes with weights? That one's actually kind of cool. So it's like you have a trainer right in a mirror in front of you.
Yeah,
and-
but that's not Peloton. That's a competitor to Peloton.
Oh, I thought that was Peloton.
I think
too.
it's the people that make the yoga pants, the Lululemon.
the yoga pants people. Okay, sure.
But the Peloton shares fell 30% on Friday. El Batho, that's the lowest they've been in 17 months.
You know, this is your opportunity if you're looking to get a Peloton.
They're
to get out there on the Craigslist market and look for these people that, you know, did it during the thing and they're like, yeah, okay.
Their sales forecast is $1 billion short of where it was. So anybody that bought stock in Peloton, they took a bath on Friday.
Ooh, that sucks. Yeah, because that was taking off for a while. I could see a lot of people probably was like, yeah, let's invest in Peloton.
Yeah, because everybody was getting it. But you know what?
Hopefully people got out before
I
it crashed.
feel as if, though, I've heard less people talk about Peloton. Like, people are talking about Peloton like crazy 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's like crickets. I don't hear anybody talking about no Peloton. Because exercise equipment at home is a horrible idea. It's a terrible idea.
Well, who can tell me right now if they have exercise equipment at home that doesn't have an inch of dust on it?
Exactly. This is exactly why. Like, how many exercise things at home have they came out with since the beginning of the exercise craze of maybe the 70s? I mean, I remember the Health Rider. We had this thing called the Health Rider.
Was it like a bike?
It looked like a bike, but then you did like,
Yeah.
you pulled
There was no wheel, though. I mean, it was.
yeah,
but
you pulled
you
yourself.
sit on
Well, there
it.
were
Yeah.
two wheels that moved but you just pulled
Yeah.
it towards
But it wasn't
you.
a bicycle. It was, yeah.
I remember it gave you a good workout, the Health Rider, but it would kill your back. Like, your back was so sore afterwards.
Well, probably because you need to tone up those muscles.
So then after you hurt your back,
You're like,
it's like when your wife told you, oh, maybe you should work on your core a little bit.
who said that?
Your wife did. Because I think you pulled a muscle coughing or something.
She's the one that bought that damn core ball, and it sat in the room forever. And so I finally gave it to the dog, and he loves it. The big yoga ball, loves it. He runs that thing all the way around the yard. He can't get his mouth over it to pop it. It's his favorite toy.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's his favorite toy.
And that was bought as exercise equipment. So now, how are you going to get your dog incorporated with a Peloton if you bought a Peloton?
Yeah, sure. The yoga ball, by the way, very cheap, and your dog will get great exercise with it. Maybe not your wife. The Peloton, until their dogs can ride a bike, not going to happen for you. You're screwed.